Hello and welcome to Unit 8 on Statistics. We'll be talking about Lesson 1, Intro to Statistical Questions and Data. Your lesson objective is to recognize statistical questions. Please keep in mind your essential question. How can you tell whether a question is a statistical question? Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting data. And data can be described as a collection of facts. There are two types of data. You can take data on categorical information that represents characteristics, and we often sort those into groups, or numerical data that represents a value that can be measured using numbers. Task 1, we're going to look at a few statements and determine if they are referring to categorical or numerical data. First off, we have Luke, and his statement is, I'm collecting data to determine each student's favorite genre of book they like to read. Since we're dealing with genre of a book, we're dealing with categories, so it's categorical. DeMarcus, I'm collecting data to determine how many hours of sleep each student in our class gets. Hours refers to a number value, so it is a numerical. Josie, I'm collecting data to determine how much money each student's family spends on groceries each week. Money has to deal with a number value, so it is a numerical. And finally, Heather, I'm collecting data on the color of cars that run stoplights in front of our school. Dealing with colors, so therefore it is a categorical statement. We're going to identify two numerical and two categorical data sets that can be observed about a standard deck of playing cards. I want you to try this on your own and pause the tape and then come back when you are ready. So let's look at a standard deck of cards. One categorical statement I can come up with is there are two different colors, red and black. And the other is that there are different suits: spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds. For numerical data, we have our numbers for our red and black cards, or we have our face cards. A statistical question is one in which you do not expect to get a single answer. Instead, you expect to get a variety of answers, and you're interested in that distribution and tendency of those answers. So in order for a question to be considered statistical, it must meet two criteria. One, the question must be able to be answered with data, and two, it must have more than one answer. So it has to have a varying options like yes or no, or multiple answers. An example could be, how many pets do the students in 6th grade Miss Jackson Middle School have? How many movies have the students in our class seen this year? We're going to look at discussing or considering if this is a statistical question or not. It has to meet the two criteria. The first criteria is the data. Is the question answered by data? Absolutely. I can go out and collect information from the students in our class to determine the number of movies each student has seen. Does the data give varying answers? It absolutely has more than one answer, because not everyone is going to have the exact same number as their answer. So yes, this is a statistical numerical question. We're going to look at the next 4 questions and determine if they are statistical or not. I'd like you to pause the tape and try them on your own. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at one. What is the favorite restaurant of the students in my school? This would be considered statistical because not everyone has the same favorite restaurant, so you'd have a variety of answer responses. 2, how many years have the students on my school's soccer team played sports? So if you went out and asked all the students the number of years, you would have more than one answer, so it would make it statistical. 1, not everybody starts playing sports at the same age, and 2, not everybody's the same age on the team, so some people have been playing longer than others. Third question, how many siblings do you have? If I ask you a question, you would have one answer. So this you right there automatically gives me that, nope, this is not statistical. How many pets does Miss Jackson own? Because I'm asking one specific person how many pets they own, she wouldn't own different number of pets. That's impossible. So therefore, this is also not statistical. The last activity you have is to come up with 2 questions on your own, 2 statistical questions, which means they have to be able to have data that you can collect on it if you asked a variety of people, and you should be able to get a variety or at least more than one answer choice. I like you to write 1 categorical statistical question and 1 numerical statistical question. I look forward to seeing the different statistical questions that you all come up with. And we've finished Introduction to Statistical Questions and Data, Lesson 1. If you have a question or something you didn't understand in this video, or when you are working in Khan Academy or your IXL practice and you get stuck or come across a question, please make sure to go to the Google Classroom Lesson 1 discussion page to type your question, because you might see that someone already has asked that question or not, and then I can respond. And then make sure before you go to Lesson 2 that you complete your exit ticket. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.